fellow enthusiasts, and welcome to my month in figures, the videos in which I tell you what I did in the hobby during the last couple weeks. July came and went without any major highlights, so I guess today this won't take long. So let's start with the first and foremost question then. Since I'm currently still working on a new diorama set and one of the key items for the Aqua photo shoot is still on the way from Japan, there are no new figure photos this month, but I still managed to take one of my dolls on a photo shoot, this time near the airport. I will take this photo as a cover of February for next year's doll calendar because it correlates with my planned trip to Japan. More about that in a future video, but for now let's move on to the next question, please. Yeah, actually quite a few new arrivals in July. First, I finally got my Pop-Up Parade Iron Mouse figure. She was the top pick from the May video. And I also got the one from June as well. Here she is. And besides those two beauties, I also received my Figma of UMP 45 from Girls Frontline that I guess I ordered someone last year. I don't know. And besides all of that, I also bought one of the Frame Music Girl plastic model kits that I bought for upcoming Plum Mondays, you know, the live streams where I build plastic models. And yeah, it's just a regular Snow Miko. So yeah, I guess those were all the new ones for July. So on to the next question, please. Since the weather wasn't that bad in July, aka hot, I also managed to put out two new videos. One is about this artist support item that I recently received, and one is an in-depth review about Alta's Tokai Teo scale figure that released last year. In addition to that, I also managed to finish another model kit, this real great Saku 2 unit, where I wished I could have presented you with a better picture, but unfortunately, when I reassembled him for the final time, one of the shoulder joints broke off, so I wasn't able to pose him proper. But as soon as I will get to it, I will take a nice picture and share it on my socials. That you are free to follow, by the way, to see all the things I talk about here in the video a couple days earlier. What would ultimately defeat the purpose of you watching this video? At least this is what I would say if there wasn't one element that I only discuss here on this platform, and those are of course my favorite figures for the month. Number 10. Pyramid Head from Silent Hill by Kotobukiya. Yeah, not the most moe figure, I have to admit, feels a bit out of brand, but I really had a hard time this month finding 10 figures that piqued my interest. But I think having a nice detailed statue of Silent Hill's 2 most iconic horror is a nice thing, especially for fans of the game. And even I can appreciate this because I also have history when it comes to this franchise. But I would have preferred his large butcher knife as a weapon of choice. Number 9. Hanami Saki from Idolmaster by Plum. This figure of Saki that almost looks a bit bratty is your typical high quality idol depiction that comes without any bells or whistles, and I guess this is also what fans of them like to see. I do like the color combination here on display, as well as this detailed printed or painted second layer of the skirt, but since I don't watch Idolmaster, I can't really judge if the expression or the demeanor is faithful. All I can say is that for a standalone figure in a colorful school uniform, this might actually be a good pick, especially if you have one of those classroom dioramas as a photo backdrop. The only question that remains if such a basic figure is worth the rather high MSRP. Number 8. Kokorone Awayuki from VTuber Legend by Union Creative. Another idol-like figure from a light novel with a title so long that I won't even attempt to read it all. Again, not much to this one, I guess, but like I said, it was slim pickings. It was either this or some Ave Musica trading figures. And also again, I can't really judge this on source material accuracy because I didn't read the light novel. All I can say is that I really like her clothes that are a mix of sportswear with some otaku gear mixed in, and that the prints, especially on the cans, wink wink, are nicely done. And I also think that the slice of lemon in her hair is a nice touch. Number 7! Yae Miku from Genshin Impact by Apex. Although there seems to be a never-ending supply of Genshin figures, I never featured one of them in this ranking. So let's break this spell today with this harmonious release by Apex. I really like the base design here. I think it adds to the character, but doesn't feel too overwhelmingly tacky and has a nice symmetry. The figure itself in this Miku-inspired outfit also looks nice. The only thing that worries me a bit is this foot peg that seems to be under constant stress. Let's hope that current figures can live with the pressure when it sits on your showcase for days and years on end. Number 6. PA15 from Girls Frontline by Anigame. Okay, when I edited this video, I found out that I did not record this part, and since the shirt is now in the laundry already and I have a bit of a running nose, I can't do reshoots, so I will just simply read to you what I wrote in the script for this figure. This figure of the French handgun is yet another version with an alternative skin from the game that I'm sure will find its fans. The tilted base with the dance pole is an eye-catcher for sure. The outfit is risque but also elegant and not too slutty. Reminds me more of an acrobatic act from a circus rather than a stripper. The colors work well, and together with the pose and base, this definitely will stand out in your showcase. Hopefully only visually and not physically, because due to the extended tip of the pole, she might need a bit of extra space in your shelf. Number 5. A2 from Nier Automata by Max Factory. A very nice statue of A2 with a great looking base and a nice detailed combat weapon in her hand. Those Nier Automata characters usually get some stunning looking releases, and this one is no different. Although her paint job can be a bit basic due to the all black clothes, they even managed to highlight some of her exoskeleton beneath the skin. Price tag is Max Factory typical, a bit elevated, but if we compare it to the Saki figure from before, almost a bargain. This might not be the most impressive version of those androids, but if you combine her with, let's say, a 2B or 9S, this could make for an awesome looking display. Number 4! An original figure called Rainy Day by Yusen. Usually this segment should highlight figures that were released in the past month, but sometimes a delay or a change in schedule foils this plan. But with this one, I know that she is already out there because I've already seen pictures with her from people that I follow. And I totally get why. This is a simple, beautiful composition that looks great on its own, but also good in a bigger diorama. The highlight here, of course, is the detailed looking base design that mimics some water droplets in a puddle. And also the ad sign in the back lights up with a built-in LED that is powered via USB. And of course, I'm also a sucker for those transparent umbrellas. I really don't know why we don't have them here. I guess they would make too much sense for us. Number 3. Saikyushi Yuyuko from Toho by Solar Rain. Recently I did a review and a photo with Kompaku Yomu from the same manufacturer, and I guess this one should step into the same vein of highly detailed and modern looking Toho figures that are accompanied with a stunning looking base and some effect parts. As a non-fan, I can totally admire how beautiful the flowing water and the fan was done, but also as a person who don't know the character as well, I'm not completely sold on her facial expression. Also, sadly, compared to Yomu, her effect parts are partly solved with this transparent pole in the front that kinda ruins the flow a bit, but otherwise a great figure for people with an admittingly greater budget. Number 2. Chen Hai from Azure Lane by Apex. A lot of Azure Lane figures came out last month, and this is the one that grabbed my attention the most. Not only because of the beautiful pose and clothes, but also of course because of the Chinese lantern that apparently also lights up. So this has a built-in LED inside, but based on the flat base design that is only an acrylic sheet, I wonder how the power management and the on-off switch is done. Maybe I really should pull the trigger on one of these LED builds at some day to see it for myself. But this month Chen Hai only managed to land on the runner-up place because there was actually one figure that I liked even more. Number 1. HK416 from Girls Frontline by Apex. Wow, a third Apex figure on this list? Those Chinese, they are really cooking, huh? As I have stated in this or maybe another video, I actually played the original Girls Frontline game for a while, so this one here speaks to my inner fan. The gun, the robot dog and the base seem highly detailed, but I'm not completely sold on her facial expression. Sometimes the expression of a figure in promo shots does not hold up to the actual mass production, but maybe this time it's the other way around. And if not, I have at least something to complain about when I eventually do her review. Okay, so those were my top picks for the month of July. This of course did not include any of the many announcements during Wonderfest, which was also held last month. Only figures that are near to release or are already available. If we see each other again next month, summer will almost be over, and in the meantime I will just try to shield myself from the heat while working overtime in the basement workshop. I wish you a pleasant time, take care out there and keep having fun collecting.